Hey guys, here are some of the supplies that you're going to need. That green thing there is an oasis ball used for floral arrangements. You soak it and you can poke flowers in it. That is some floral tape that I purchased from Michael's. You'll need some scissors, some skewers, and you will need some type of feather um, on a stick. These are pheasant feathers that I got from Michael's, and you will need small mini mums. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video and let's go ahead and get started. Here we are cutting open the flowers, and I purchased these flowers at a couple of places, Safeway and Whole Foods, and they're relatively inexpensive. I think between the two places I spent about $30 on 6 bouquets of these mums. Now you see me putting the floral tape here. This is not high grade floral tape. My mom used to be a florist and do floral arranging, and there's definitely better quality. I purchased that at Michael's, but I'm using it to try to just kind of keep the half circle in place. So you see me cutting the mum, and I'm just showed you that um, you want to cut the flower at an angle. That way there's a little bit of a point to stick into the foam, but as you can see, I had to use a skewer. And the skewer is a tool that I use because it is the same width as a lot of the stems on these mums. So I tend to poke it into the oasis and then stick the flower into it. So I'm just kind of going along the row. And as you could see, well, before you could see, not now, but I kind of left a little bit of a crescent open, and I will talk about that a little bit later. And you want, when you buy flowers, you want to try to buy flowers that are kind of in, obviously in season. Stores do a great job of getting flowers for autumn, so you'll see different fall flowers. And here's a little technical error. I'm trying to figure out the video, so I have my mom sit in for me, and so that's my mom minus her head. And so here I go going back into flower mode. She eventually makes her own turkey, which I will reveal later on as well. But going back to the flowers, you just want to get mums that are this small, because when you put them in the oasis as the body of the turkey, different colors add quite a bit of depth. I love the yellow, the golden, and the maroon, and I just throw in chartreuse green. Now in the front there, you do see that there's a big, huge gap of flowers missing, and I leave that open for when I freehand the turkey silhouette head. I leave that open so I can put the turkey head in there and then fill in as necessary. Um, it's easy to just start the turkey and start putting flowers everywhere, but you kind of have to have a little bit of a system in doing this. You need to make sure that you don't put the flowers too far back or too far forward, because you need to have space. And the less that you puncture the oasis, the better it is, so it doesn't just crumble. So here I'm just kind of getting my little workstation put together, cutting some flowers, and getting my little arrangement, and then I'm putting the rest of the flowers in the bucket for my mom so she's able to use them. And I'm just snipping away here. It's easier to stand up, although it does get tiring because this is quite time consuming. I think it probably took me about an hour to do all this. I only filmed about 29 minutes, and but that's why I'm speeding it up. And as you can see, I was measuring right there because now I decide that I need to put the tails in, the tail feathers in, so that I know how far I can go back. And you want to put the tail feather about 3/4 of the way back, because you want to give the turkey a butt. And I know that that sounds really, really awkward. But turkeys, when they fan their tails, they have a big bunch of fur back there. So I need to kind of give myself space to represent that. So measuring and putting the tails in about 3/4 of the way back is kind of where you want to go. And definitely have wire cutters. I fortunately had those titanium scissors, and I probably could have used my Tim Holtz scissors, but you need to have wire cutters because these things are hard. And here you can see that I realized I had put the turkey feathers in crooked. And this middle feather that you see me poke in, but you won't be able to see until I pan out, is almost in a diamond shape, and that was my center point. The other feathers are pheasant feathers and duck feathers, I think. And I got these all from Michael's. They're quite expensive for what they are. For one of those little ones, they were $3.99 or $4.99, and the big one in the center was $6.99, I think. But I used my 40% off coupon, and I got one for both my mom and I. So here's just kind of a close-up, and I had forgot to pan out, but right now I'm putting in spider mums for the butt, which we were just talking about. And in a minute here, I will figure out that I'm way too close, and I will turn the turkey around so that you can see, but it's really, really dark. So forgive me, this is my first kind of how-to video. But I really wanted to get this because this is something that anybody can do. You can do it for any holiday. They've got tons of shapes. I'm going to be doing a holiday one too in December. But this is just really, really fun. And these things last forever because of the oasis, and it is soaked with water. This mum arrangement will last probably a week or so, maybe even 2. So here I pan out a little bit more, and those spider mums that I use for the butt, which is what we are looking at right now, are almost a plum colored, wine colored, plum, something like that. So we're looking at the back of the turkey, and you can see that those middle feathers are almost in a diamond shape, the way that they're laid out. And so I'm just continuing poking them in, poking the flowers in, cutting them at a slant. And here I turn it around for you so that you can see now things are a little bit more filled. And there's my mom. Her peacock feather and her pheasant feather are hanging out there to the left. But one thing I do want to say is make sure you do have that skewer. I think you'll see here shortly that I use it. There we go. Because some of the stems are really, really flimsy. And as you can see, I just had to throw one out. But I've been pushing on the centers of the flowers because that's where they're the strongest. But because some of them are really flimsy, the mums crumbled in my hand. So if it resists the flower, don't worry. Use the skewer, and it will poke a hole in there. Perfect size for the flower. And I'm just filling them out here, and I think I'm pretty much done. And I get the turkey head, and here is the big reveal. Okay guys, so here's our finished turkeys. This is mine. You can see all the flowers, and there's the turkey head. All the flowers are packed in there, and his feathers, and there's his butt ski. It's my mom in the background. So this is my mom's turkey, and she also has the turkey face that I just freehand drew and cut out. And hers is really cool because it's like on a pedestal, so it looks like he's got feet, and he's got peacock feathers. And here's his butt. Kind of hard to see, but it's all different colors of orange mums. And there's my mom's stuffing. Yay! So I will include some still shots of these. These are a family tradition. And it's our turkey family, right, Mom? Mm-hmm. Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving!